You got to get focused, man. You got to understand that this hard time that you're going through, everything you ever thought you would not make it through, you got past it. Now, if you're currently going through something right now, guess what? You're going to get past that too. It always works that way. You always do.
And those things that's beyond you, you have to let go or be dragged.
And here's the challenge dealing with y'all. The challenge dealing with y'all is that you got the mentality that you already what? You acting like you already made it. But what scares me is you think you already there. And when you think you already somewhere, what happens? You get complacent. I see dudes walking in, you swagged out, bro, like you already in the league.
You want to get better? You want to self-improve? Stop looking for a shortcut and go find your alarm clock. Find your discipline. And find your guts and your passion and your drive and find your will.
What you have to do is face this. Every day is not going to be a good day, but there's some good in every day. I'm not going to inundate my mind with stuff that does not build me up. You remember that song, Don't Let Nobody Bring Me No Bad News?
It is important to realize and to learn to differentiate between things that don't matter and things that do matter. And in order to tell the difference between those two things, you have to be able to detach. If you don't learn to detach, you're going to constantly get tripped up on things that don't really matter. And I'll tell you, the better you get, the less things matter. And the better you get, the more important things matter. So you end up just wasting no energy on things that don't matter and focusing all your energy on things that actually matter.
We have the power to choose to focus on the things that are not what we want them to be, or focus on what we can do to create the things that we want in our lives.
Distractions. How things can distract you. That's totally true. That's what I'm talking about. The things that distract you from what actually matters.
You got to tell me what's the problem with walking in here like you already in the league. Good. You start getting addicted to what? The fame. And it's not like I ain't mad at fame, but fame would be real cool if you could have that fame mentality and still do what? And work and grind. But it's something about when you think you all that in a bag of chips, what does that do for your grind?
Why should I put some stuff in my mind about things I can't do anything about other than saying, wow, I'm sorry to hear that. But I will take some things in that inspire me, things that encourage people. You got to be a good listener. I listen for stories that encourage, that motivate, that inspire.
To be sentimental or emotional now is dangerous to oneself and to others. You can't get emotional. You can't get sentimental. You can't get caught up in things that don't matter.
Tell me stories that I can share, that can lift people's spirits, that can encourage people. Because, see, at the end of the day, we don't know how strong we are until we have to be strong.
And I think as a person and as an individual, if you can start trying to discriminate between things that matter and things that don't matter. And the way that you do that is by detaching from everything. And then you can pay attention and you can assess logically, not emotionally, what's important and what's not. And you focus on the things that matter, and it's going to make your entire life a lot easier.
Sometimes you have to get an attitude with yourself and begin to realize we're more blessed than we give ourselves credit for being, and we must focus on that. When I get up in the morning, I have a gratitude list. I have things that I write down that I'm grateful for, that you can hear me, that I can see.
A person who has purpose in their life They have something to go for, some meaning. You know, there are many influences on us. One is the influence of the past. Some people are always pulled back by the past. Some people are always pulled aside by the distractions. But here's what's powerful. If you have a list of high purpose in your life, it pulls you toward the future. And the more powerful the purpose is, the stronger it pulls.
We really should update our knowledge on a regular basis, update our vision of ourselves on a regular basis, upgrade the vision and the goals and the dreams that we have on a regular basis. Because where you are right now, that level of impact and that place where you are right now and the skill set that got you there, that has expired.
So if you want something to pull you through all kinds of challenges, all kinds of difficulties and things that come at you, you got to have something on out there beyond today, beyond next week, beyond next month, beyond this year, that pulls you into the future. And if you have good input, like good ideas, I'm telling you, there isn't anything you can't accomplish. So that's one of the great powers that'll make a variable of you, and that is purpose.
I want to have that long-term goal so embedded in my mind that I never lose sight of it. Ever. Winning the long war.
So this is true. One of the great powers is self-confidence. Self-confidence means willingness to do whatever it takes to achieve. If I have to learn a couple of things, I will learn those things. If I got to learn 5 or 6 things, I'll learn all 6. If I have to take an extra class, I'll take an extra class. If I've got to read the books, I'll read the books. If I have to consult with people who know more than I know, I will do the necessary consulting. Whatever it takes, I will do. That starts to develop unbelievable self-confidence.
We want the shortcut to the winner's podium. And sometimes, when we don't get that short-term glory that we want, we lose track of those long-term goals. You might even be further from your goal than you were. Embed that long-term goal in your mind. Burn it into your soul. Think about it and write about it and talk about it and hang it up on your wall. But most important, do something about it.
You have a great life in front of you. But your great life is in front of you. It's not behind you. What you did back there was learn the lessons to get you to where you are at this particular moment right here. Do you know, man, that you can actually mess your life completely up? You can jack it all the way up, and you can turn around and get it right.
Do something that moves you toward that goal, that keeps the goal alive and in sight and in focus. Because that goal isn't going to achieve itself. It's all on you.
Because at the end of the day, life is a fight for territory. And once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over.